Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to be making a little display plaque with a movie title that is stickered onto the front of this piece of plexiglass. This is a 1/4 inch of plexiglass. Right here I'm taking off the backing or the protective layer, and I'm going to stick this decal that I made on my Cricut machine right on top. The backing needs to be taken off of the sticker so that I can do the sticker transfer. Got to be careful not to release any of the decals on it, and line it up perfectly like so. Nice. And in this case you also smooth it out so that you don't have bubbles. Success. You got to remove the transfer tape. Very carefully not to lift any of the decal pieces. Using the original protective layer, I'm also using my driver's license to pop the bubbles and smooth out, making sure that I don't scratch the delicate vinyl that's on the front. So I'm going to cover this up and just smooth out any kind of air bubbles that might be on there. So I'm using a carpenter's square here to make sure I got a perfect 90-degree cut. So I'm going to take a Sharpie and mark where I'm going to be cutting it on the bandsaw. I have a little porta-band that is on a swat table. So I have a little foot pedal that I can switch this on and have both of my hands free to guide the parts through, cutting exactly where I want. I'm also being very careful to cut out the Sharpie marker, so I'm going right along the edge of the Sharpie marker, so there's no real correction that I have to do with filing. It's a pretty rough cut after the bandsaw, so I'm using a blending belt on my 2x72 inch linisher or belt grinder. I use this for making swords and knives for TV and film. But now, while we're sort of recovering from this strike, I am making displays. So I start out with filing, getting the initial lines out and squaring it up. Then I go with 120 grit. I've got a little piece of sandpaper from my orbital sander. 120 grit to 220 on a sanding sponge, so it makes a nice round edge. I use the edge of a cobalt coated knife to scrape polish as well, and then I switched out the sandpaper to 500 grit wrapped around that sponge. And then finally, using the torch, I fire polish the edge. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notification to be notified whenever I make a new video. Thanks guys, have a wonderful day.